and gentlemen, JP 730 Sports. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning, Saturday. I'm outside the gym. A little energy drink, getting myself ready to go in and work out, which I do 6 times a week. Now, I don't want any praise for this shit because a lot of people do it. It's part of the job, part of life. Now, if someone was paying me to stay in shape, it'd be easier. You know, like once you get to Saturday and Sunday and you work out all week and you actually have a job all week, it gets tough on the weekends. You don't really want to do this, but you got to do it anyway because, it's a discipline. It's just what you do. All right? And a lot of people out there do it and they don't get anything from it. There's no financial gain. There's nothing. You just do it because it makes you feel good. But with that being said, if someone was paying me to stay in shape year round, I would be able to do that. Anybody should be able to do that. If you're a professional athlete, you should be able to stay in shape year around because you are a professional athlete. This is what you do. And somebody is paying you a huge amount of money to do so. All right? Like, I don't know. Let's just pull something out of thin air. Say you're a third baseman for the Boston Red Sox making $95 million a year. Do you think you should be able to stay in shape? Maybe. Just possibly. Do you think you should show up to spring training in shape so you don't lose your job to some minor league player that I can't even remember his name? I've seen it 4 or 5 times now. I still can't remember the guy's name. It's Andrew Jed, some Travis, I don't know. But you lost your job to this guy. Pablo Sandoval is starting the season on the bench. Okay? Now, he hasn't been hitting worth a damn since he's been in Boston. And he was never that great of a hitter in the regular season with the Giants. He's a playoff guy. He's big in the playoffs, man. I can't take that from him. But regular season, he's okay. He's always been just okay. But the Red Sox, trying to do what they do, and we'll get on the Red Sox later because I'm a Yankees fan, so I have no love for the Red Sox anyway, but I still like to look at things objectively, and I don't know what the hell they're doing. All right, but we'll talk about them later. When they signed Pablo Sandoval, the question was, why? What do you hope to achieve here? Because this is a guy with a lot of issues. Main issue being he cannot keep himself in shape. So when the deal came out, the first question I asked, and I asked a friend of mine who's a Boston Red Sox fan, the only Red Sox fan I actually like. Good dude, all right? And I asked him, I said, well, is there a clause in the contract about his weight or his overall physical appearance and basically, is he going to have to stay in shape? Are they going to be weighing this guy? Is there going to be fines? Or, if he blooms past a certain weight, does he get a certain amount of time to get back down? And if he can't, can the contract be terminated? I kept asking questions about the weight because my thing is, as a GM, I can't sign a guy who has shown me in the past he is reluctant to stay in shape and he's an athlete. I have a problem with that guy. $95 million. I don't know what they were thinking, but they wanted him, I guess, and they thought that it'd make them a better team. And lo and behold, 2 years straight, they finished in the cellar. All right, so obviously it didn't work. Now, Pablo Sandoval, I don't know the guy personally, but here's what I do know. Anybody that gets paid to be in shape, in other words, you are athletes, okay? Anybody that gets paid to perform physically, and you can't do the things in order to perform physically, like, get yourself in shape, and you show up to spring training and, kicking all sorts of lies about, how you're feeling good, and the Red Sox saying he's 20 pounds lighter, and blah, 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 blah. Whatever, man. Okay? Your defense at third base is horrible because you can't move. Because you're too big. Like, what are you doing here? Pablo Sandoval, I don't know the guy personally, but it's a lack of discipline. That's what I'm getting to. It's a lack of discipline here. Why aren't you disciplined enough to be in shape when it's your job to be in shape? The rest of the world, if you're not an athlete, being in shape is optional. I mean, it ain't the best for your health, but it's still optional. Nobody's paying you to be in shape. But when you're an athlete, you are paid to be able to perform physically. And in order to perform physically, you have to be in some sort of shape. I mean, hell, take an offensive lineman from the NFL. Yeah, they're big. And you look at them and like, oh, these are some big guys. But they're big and athletic and in shape. They're just big because that's what they have to be. They can run, they can sprint, they can do all sorts of things. This guy plays baseball. He has to be in good enough shape to basically stand. Majority of everything he will ever do on the baseball field will require him to stand. He will stand more than he fields anything at third base. He will stand in the batter's box longer than he will ever swing a bat. And he's not physically able to perform. What the hell is that? $95 million. I got no respect for it. He should be on the bench, but the problem now is, what do you really do with him? Can you keep a guy making that kind of money on the bench all season long, or are you doing it maybe to light a fire under his ass? But my thing is, what makes you think this is going to light a fire under his ass? The Giants were on his ass 24/7 about his weight. Didn't make a difference. He still was out of shape. I think he showed up for San Francisco 1 year in pretty good shape, and before the All-Star break, it was all over. So, I don't know what the Red Sox are going to do. They're talking trade. The rumor is trade. And somebody will probably take him off your hands, but do you really want to trade a guy that you went out and basically said he's going to help us be a winner, and 2 seasons later you're trading him? I mean, this is not what upper echelon franchises do in Major League Baseball. They don't do things like that. That's a football move. That's the NFL. In the MLB, these decisions, you stick with your guy until basically there's nothing else you can do. Or the trade deadline comes up and you got to unload him, but what do you think you're going to get in return for a guy that the rest of the league knows can't stay healthy, won't get in shape, and you no longer want? What do you think you're going to get in return for this guy? So I don't know what the Red Sox are going to do, but I know this much. Anybody willing to pay me, look, you can pay me $10,000 to stay in shape all year. I got you. Don't even worry about it. You can count it. All right? $95 million, I would live at the gym. I would live there. This guy can't even stay in shape. I don't even know what to say, man. Better the Red Sox than the Yankees, but the Yankees got their own problems, and we'll talk about that later. But outside of that, man, you just got to shake your head at this dude on the bench, $95 million because you fucking ate yourself. You ate yourself to upwards of 290 some odd pounds. Unfucking believable. JP 730 Sports, I'm out.